You know, I've been cooking for a long time, and I never really fell in love with sweet potatoes. I decided to change that. I cook sweet potatoes 5 ways. And really, this one's been a long time coming. But first, why sweet potatoes? If I'm not in love with sweet potatoes, then why should I even bother? Well, to start, sweet potatoes are generally considered super nutritious and often get lumped into the superfood category. They're beta-carotene bombs and a good thing for my particular metabolic makeup. They largely behave like regular potatoes if you want to bake, boil, steam, or mash them. They're just, sweet. So sometimes it can take some work to position them among savory foods. As for me, well, this one is personal. So back in 2020, when things were looking their scariest, I went to the grocery store to stock up on supplies. I ended up buying this giant bag of sweet potatoes, and I did nothing with it. They went bad in the fridge, and I had to toss them out. I hate having to waste food, but I was just so uninspired. So this is my attempt to fix that. This is my attempt at redemption. So let's get into it. Step 1 is getting an easy win. I wanted to figure out the best way to just roast some sweet potatoes without too much else going on. A good hack for roasting any kind of potatoes is to first boil them in water with salt and baking soda until they're fork tender. The salt flavors the potatoes, but the baking soda actually breaks them down a bit. After you drain the water, you'll see the sweet potato pieces have all really roughed up exteriors. That's exactly what you want. I'll splash these with a glug of olive oil and hit them liberally with pizza seasoning. Because why not? You roast these hot in a 475 oven for 25 to 30 minutes. And when they come out, all those roughed up bits have turned crunchy, while the inside is soft and creamy. Yum. I've worked in and dined at a lot of great restaurants over the years. This particular dish is one I eat almost every single day when I was managing at John George's ABCV. I wanted to recreate it. For the sweet potatoes, I decided to steam them. I've actually never steamed a potato in my life until I tried this. I don't think I'll ever look back. These cook faster and taste better than boiling. They just need to be dressed with something salty, so I made a spicy vinaigrette by blending serrano chilies, lime zest, lime juice, and olive oil. Potatoes love fat, so combining these fingerling sweet potatoes with avocado is a no-brainer. While the lettuce is going to be pretty crisp, these need some texture. That means crunchy seeds. Pepitas and cumin give this a nutty, savory layer that makes these so addictive. From there, it's just a matter of assembling the whole thing and stuffing your face. So good. In my opinion, a collection of potato recipes isn't complete without gnocchi. But first I'm starting with the sauce. If you watched many videos on this channel before, you've seen how I make this vegan cream sauce. I chop a cauliflower and cook it with 32 ounces of water, a cup of white wine, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, a big glug of olive oil, and a tablespoon of salt. After 30 minutes, I pour it all into a blender until it's silky smooth. What you probably haven't seen me do is smoke it. I pack my cold smoker with applewood chips, spark it, and feed the tube into the top of the spinning blender. The vortex pulls in the smoke and infuses everything with an extra layer of umami. For the gnocchi, you start with a pound of sweet potatoes dropped into boiling water until they're fork tender. And then I'll peel off the skins and pass the flesh through the finest setting on my food mill. To turn this into a dough, you just need 2 egg yolks and a half cup of cassava flour. Cassava is an amazing prebiotic fiber, and it gives the gnocchi the perfect bouncy quality. This dough should be wet, and in order to keep these light, I'll use just a little bit more bench flour to roll these into logs and cut them into dumplings. quickly roll these on the back of the fork to make these into gnocchi regati before popping them into the fridge for 30 minutes to set up. And don't skip these fried sage leaves. This is no simple garnish. They add this foresty, aromatic component that ties everything together. If you want, the gnocchi and the cauliflower crema can all be made ahead of time. But this is where things go a la menu. I drop the gnocchi into the water, and once they start to float, they'll cook for 3 more minutes. As soon as they start floating, I'll pour the sauce into the pan to heat up. Then I'll transfer those gnocchi into the pan and thin it out with a little bit of pasta water. These really only need to cook for about a minute more in the sauce before it's time to plate. I'll spoon as many of these into a bowl as respectable company allows, sprinkle them with those crispy, aromatic fried sage leaves, and mangia bene. Buon appetito. Sometimes a dish will take you on a journey. I really wanted dosa. So I made a ferment, waited 24 hours, and blended it smooth. I also wanted to make a red curry with sweet potatoes. I made a curry paste with spicy red Siam chilies, garlic, ginger, cumin, coriander, and turmeric. And I fried that with tomatoes, simmered it with some water, and then dropped in sweet potato wedges to cook. I was ready. Take one. I made my dosa. I grabbed some sweet potato curry and cracked a couple of eggs. It wasn't right. These sweet potatoes were actually a little undercooked. Take two. I cooked the sweet potatoes longer. I made sunny side up eggs, and I tried again with another dosa. But it wasn't there. It didn't quite eat right, you know? Take three. I decided I've been fighting the form factor. I had to become one with the dosa. I blended the curry and the potatoes together. I beat 2 eggs and cooked them right on the dosa. I added the sweet potato curry and folded it all up. I really want this to be it. But it's still not. Final take. When you're stuck on a creative problem, there's an old saying that applies here. Kill your darlings. The dosa didn't belong in this dish. I think I was craving them, but it just isn't the time or the place. I have a new plan. I need to simplify. I loosened up the curry with water and let it simmer. I boosted what flavors got diluted with salt, spices, and tamarind, and then added in a few leftover hunks of sweet potato. And if I'm simplifying, what's simpler and more satisfying than a bowl of rice? And then all of this just gets rounded out with some hard-boiled eggs rolled through chopped cilantro. I made it there. The final recipe might need a little finessing, but this is the exact plate of food I was aiming for. Sometimes you've just got to finish up with something sweet. A couple of months ago, I picked up a Ninja Creamy, and, well, it's changed our lives. You can make ice cream out of nearly anything, which is a handy tool when you can't eat dairy or sugar. Making the base is easy. I roast a sweet potato, peel it, drop it in the canister with a can of coconut milk, 50 turns of black pepper, some cardamom, and agave. Then you just have to wait 24 hours for it to freeze solid, wait another 40 minutes for it to temper, and then endure a shockingly loud sound for 4 minutes. But then, you have ice cream. All you need is some toppings. Cinnamon oat crumble basically lets you turn this bowl of ice cream into a pie sundae. I combine gluten-free flour with cinnamon, coconut sugar, and salt. And then I'll whisk in coconut fat to turn this into a crumble. I'll toss in rolled oats and coconut flakes, and then bake it in a 350 oven for 30 minutes until your kitchen smells like a bakery. To To make a sundae, I'll sauce this with some good olive oil, hit it with fragrant orange zest, and a shower of that toasted crumble. Now this is how you sweet potato.